This scenic castle sits in the middle of the River Rhine, Germany, and I used to sit by its bank at a cafe admiring its beauty, but it had a notorious past. Toll derives its name from the German origin Choi, which means a tax or tariff. In the medieval times, there are many such toll houses sitting along many German rivers. When passing ships did not pay the toll collector would pull up a chain from the river to hold them back. Those toll collectors were called robber barons. Nowadays, these toll houses do not function anymore, for all their robbers have been driven away. Oblivious or ignorant to this piece of history, many countries now are still collecting toll with their modern stop chain. They even rest their right to collect on a theory developed by Knight in 1924. No other economic theory has inflicted so much real damage to the society as this one. This video disproves Knight's toll theory. Suppose there are two roads. Road 1 entails higher cost on road users because of its bad condition, while Road 2 is like a highway and incurs lower costs. Cost includes time and others, but excludes toll. To prevent all drivers from pouring onto the good Road 2, Knight recommended charging a toll up to the difference between the two lines. He claimed that the revenue so obtained is a net gain to the society, by arguing that it imposes no extra cost to the drivers, or it merely makes them indifferent between the two roads. Here is the first objection. Consider the case if Road 1 is extremely bad. How much should the toll on Road 2 be? Infinity. Is the toll still a net gain? Perhaps not. Hence, there must be something wrong with such a toll theory. Indeed, Knight had committed at least two mistakes. For his net gain theory to prevail, Knight assumed that all drivers are perfectly inelastic. That is, they all remained on Road 2 despite the toll. When their demand is actually elastic, Knight's net gain becomes smaller. And in line with the lava theory, an infinite toll collects nothing. Extreme case aside, is the other toll revenue still a net gain? No. Toll is nothing but blackmail on those condemned drivers, and it's their money transferred to the extorter. But redistribution is not a net gain, especially not to the society. Hence, Knight's net gain theory is futile. While this futile mistake hurts only some unfortunate drivers, Knight's theory has a more pervasive and destructive mistake. When a good road reduces traffic costs, a toll that reinstates the previous high cost is practically demolishing the good road, and an infinite toll destroys all kinds of roads. While this destruction may sound metaphysical, there is a physical one. With the subsequent elastic reduction of general production, employment, and tax revenue is taken into account, toll inflicts immense loss to the society. Then, Knight's obsession with the break that toll revenue is penny-wise, pound-foolish, since it is merely a redistribution. The penny does not exist either. Hence, Knight's blackmail theory is not only futile, but also destructive. As if knowing that blackmail is despicable, some people invent a certain rightful justification for their selfish greediness, like a toll for maintenance. However, if maintenance is really carried out, it should lower drivers' costs and the road to line. Then imposing a balancing toll nullifies all the contribution. Charging toll for this reason is contradictory. If maintenance is not properly done, but is used only as an excuse to raise toll, it will lead to the destructive consequence described above. And the consequence will be aggravated if toll collection results in congestion and accidents. So here is another wrongful justification, using toll to solve congestion. But when toll collection actually creates congestion, advocating toll to solve congestion is indeed ironic. It is even more ironic to see that toll can reduce traffic and hence congestion only when there is no congestion. That is when the demand is elastic. In contrast to when there is already congestion, charging toll is not just ineffective, but actually exacerbates the congestion problem. Using toll to solve congestion is like asking a thief to guard a property from being stolen. Hence, all these justifications are in vain. Indeed, there is no justification for any wrongdoing. Apart from the wrongdoing, there is also an ethical issue with Knight. He was jealous of the smartest consumers who discovered some place to buy things cheaper and tried to make everybody equally dumb. But if equality is his concern, Knight should do exactly the opposite, making everybody equally smart. Perhaps that is too much to ask from him. Why? Knight was so wrong. But how can his mistakes remain undetected for so long? Perhaps he was not alone. Indeed, there is a whole gang out there. Like many other gang members, Knight also confused the demand and supply relation. He treated the horizontal lines as traffic supply, but since they do not represent suppliers' costs, Knight had made a big mistake. So what do these lines represent? They represent consumer costs, but themselves they are not a demand. So what are they? Here is the correct picture. The demand function is a negative line, and the horizontal lines provide merely the exogenously given prices for the consumers to determine their quantity demanded. That is the situation without congestion. When traffic reaches the road capacity, the user cost starts to rise. Without any parallel increase of traffic quantity, the cost line becomes vertical. When drivers cannot move away from their congested road, their demand is also vertical or perfectly inelastic. When congestion slows down the traffic or brings it to a standstill, the decreasing quantity coupled with the increasing cost constitutes a negative cost line, but the demand is still perfectly inelastic. For some people would rather pay a huge price to be taken out of the jam. For example, by a helicopter. So here is the correct traffic theory. When there is no congestion, traffic demand is a negative line. When there is congestion, it is a vertical line. And the exogenous cost line helps reveal these demand functions. The clarification of the demand and cost relation delivers the final blow to Knight's theory. When congestion raises the user cost up to or above the row 1 level, some drivers will reluctantly switch to row 1. No toll is necessary. Hence, Knight's toll theory is even redundant. In retrospect, using toll to solve congestion is a double mischief, doubling road users' cost. So in sum, Knight's toll theory is fertile, destructive, contradictory, ionic, unethical, and redundant. When every technology is working to lower the traffic cost, toll is a backward thinking. And toll collectors are notorious robbers that should belong only to the past. Toll and congestion are two evils that harm road users and the society. When toll and its theory has been dismissed, effort must be endeavored to eliminate congestion and its theory.